Well, here we go. Welcome, everybody. My name is Justin, and today we are going to be doing the third tier list on this channel. This has been my most requested video to do on this channel ever since the beginning of August, and for good reason. The last tier list I did was back in March, and oh boy, that thing is outdated now. Many balance changes have happened. Troop cooldowns have been added to the game, which weren't a thing when I made the last tier list. So yeah, expect many different things this time around. Every troop will be ranked within their tiers as well. So it's going to be as specific as I could possibly get it. And yeah, I'm gonna try to go as in depth as I can with each troop here. So hopefully this video helps you guys out, and if it does, be sure to subscribe to the channel. And also thank you guys so much for the support and love that you guys have been showing on my videos. It really does make my day. And also for those who are new to the channel and don't know much about me, on the screen right now I'm gonna put a lot of things about myself and my experience with Boom Beach Frontlines. I've been playing this game for a really long time, have been active all throughout the lifetime of this game, and I am currently ranked top 25 on the leaderboard. So I guess I kind of know what I'm talking about. I think, maybe. All right, let's just get into it, guys. First off, Assault. I would say that Assault hasn't changed too much since last time. I did put him in S tier last time, actually. And my reasoning for that, which is still, I'd say the same reasoning why he's good now, is he's got super good consistency. I mean, his troop matchups across the board are among the best in the game, actually. Like, if you look at all the troops here, I would say there isn't much that he consistently loses to. Really, the only one that can give him a hard time often, I would say it's just Heavy, and that's not a matchup you really need to worry about all the time. I think he's just really good early game. He has one of the best matchups against Sniper, which I think is an important factor. And yeah, I mean, overall, you can't really go wrong with him. I would say he's pretty much good at everything in terms of getting kills and defending and all that type of stuff. I would say really the only main downfall of him that I would have, which is not really a big deal, but it kind of is when you have to compare him to other amazing main troops, is that his attack is a bit like too consistent to the point where you won't always pick up kills. As you guys know, you get 100 munitions when you get the final blow on an enemy troop, and Assault is not one who always gets that compared to something like Shotgun or Sniper. Don't get me wrong, he's great. He's really good, and I still think that he's a great troop. I put him in S tier last time. I think now I'm gonna put him in A tier. I think he's still really good. Just not top tier, but you can't really go too wrong with him, honestly. Heavy. Man, I guess I'm gonna be ranking a lot of troops lower than before because, last time I put Heavy in B tier, definitely not B tier now for me. I'm actually gonna put him as C tier this time. I mean, he's got some good qualities about him, and I think I've learned more about Heavy recently than I knew back then, because after thinking about it for a while, I mean, Heavy can pull some tricks. Since he has so much health and his DPS can really rack up over time if you let him sit there, he can be like a main troop that hits as hard as a win condition at times if he's really controlling the area. It can be really hard to get through. He could even take down defenses on certain maps. Like I think on Blue Lagoon with that really thin mid area, sometimes he can just come in and destroy the tier 3 defense there because no one's really able to DPS him down in time. Like I said before, he has a really good matchup against Assault. He also has a really good matchup against Shotgunner, which not a lot of people talk about, I'm not gonna lie. He's just really good against other close range troops, which I think is pretty underrated about him. However, his speed really ruins him. It makes it so he can't approach a lot of other things like Sniper. Cluster just annihilates this dude. There's just a lot of other embarrassing matchups. Like even Firebomber, that's a win condition troop, beats him as well. I think he's outclassed for the most part. He does have some tricks up his sleeve, but for the most part, I would say he's kind of mid. Still though, shout out to the Heavy players. He can be decent, just a lot of better options out there. Okay, Medic. So Medic has gotten into an awkward situation, I would say, given that the game only has squads of 3, and I made this statement the last time I did a tier list. Many people are against support troops since you have to carry so much weight for your team, only being able to fill up a third of the full team in a game. Oftentimes, Medic is just not really needed. I mean, you could just use a main troop and you'd be fine, if not much better actually, because sometimes you just don't need support troops to succeed in early game, and after early game, sometimes you just need another player to deal damage, and obviously Medic can't do that, and you'll find times where you have to go and die. It's like that for all support troops, but with Medic, it's really awkward because unlike Booster and Cryoneer, they can make use of their other surroundings instead of just teammates. I think in early game, he's still solid option if you want to use him, because he could mean the total difference in winning or losing a matchup. And he's also got an amazing munition gain. I still think he probably has the most consistent, I guess just the best munition gain really, but he doesn't do much to impact the outcome of a game. Overall, again, lower than last time. I'm going to put him in B tier. I still think he's decent. I still think he's good. Shout out to the medic players. Evie, hello. There definitely can be some clutch moments with medic. I can't lie about that. It's just at fault of support troops not being really the best option right now. But as the game evolves, I think medic will find his place for sure. But do you guys want to know a troop that has already found their place for a very long time now? Sniper. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of a no-brainer now. I called this troop overrated in the last video, but I feel like with troop cooldowns, this troop has become even better for me. Now still, it's hard to admit because I honestly just love hating on this troop. Sniper has a really like sweaty fan base, and calling this troop overrated just always gets someone mad. But I can't deny it. I mean, she's got a long range. She's got really good damage. You know exactly what you're getting out of her, and on defense, she is just so hard to break through, man. She may have low health, but her outplay potential is pretty much unmatched. She's so hard to approach on defense. She can pick up kills on really anyone if she's at the perfect range. Just a perfect main troop right now. Though personally, I think that she can get outplayed when support troops get better. But right now, as I said, support troops in an awkward situation, so Sniper is kind of dominating. If there's one word that I could use to describe Zooka, mandatory. Just mandatory. This troop is mandatory. If you do not have this troop in your deck, what are you doing? What are you doing? There are only 3 win conditions in this game: Zooka, Firebomber, and Jetpack. And of those 3, in my opinion, Zooka clears. She is the best win condition in the game. I would go as far as to say Zooka is primarily the reason why you win many of your games. She's got 300% damage to armor, which unmatched, honestly, just completely unmatched. She's got great range too. Even when she's not shooting things that are armored units, she can still pull off really good damage. She pairs well with so many power-ups in the game, especially the ones that have health of their own to tank for her. Just an always reliable win condition. You can't go wrong with Zooka, man. You can't. Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, she is at the top of S tier. I cannot imagine not having this troop in your deck. I don't even play Sniper all the time, but Zooka, you have to. You have to. Seriously, you have to. All right, and now on the other side of the coin, we've got a troop that you should just never play, honestly. Oh yeah, we got Flamer. Yeah, she sucks. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. Who's sorry? This troop is garbage right now. This troop is total garbage right now. Like I said, troop cooldowns got added to the game in April, and since then, Flamer has just never seen the light of day. I don't know whose idea at Space Ape it was to make Flamer go from rare to epic. Like, I don't care what buffs you gave her, okay? I know you buffed her health or something, but if you're going to change her from rare to epic, that means you're increasing her cooldown, which means she just sucks even more. Like, what are you doing? She may have high health, but her damage is just way too weak. The splash damage doesn't matter when you feel like you're not really threatening anyone. I mean, what more can I say? There's just nothing much to Flamer, man. I think that you can sometimes make her work if you double her up, triple her up, throw a booster in there. Hidden strategy, by the way. Maybe I'll make a video doing that because running booster and Flamer is actually really fun. But I mean, if we're trying to win every game and pick out what are the best options, Flamer is never a best option in anything. She is totally outclassed by Cluster if you're looking for a splash damaging troop that is threatening. And mind you, Cluster is common. Flamer is epic. Why would you want to use Flamer? Tell me. Really? Why? Why? If Flamer wants to be higher, she's going to need some big buffs. I'm just saying. I mean, if you want some evidence of some big buffs that really did make a difference, oh man, it's time to talk about Cluster, bro. What went into this troop, this recent update, bro? Cluster was really weak back then because he just got hard countered by so many things. Since he got buffed,
this man's got like aimbot now.
This dude's got an incredibly deadly fan base. Like, bro, if I put Cluster any lower than S tier, people are going to find my address hunt me down and end my career. But seriously though, man, like this troop is so strong right now. Cluster is kind of just everything the Flamer is trying to be, unfortunately. He farms bots the best out of every troop in the game. He just does so much damage when he lands his full shot. He can almost one-shot snipers. Oh man, it's just insane. And to be a common troop and pull some crazy things and also be able to like shoot over obstacles and deal so much damage, it's crazy. And he can even do a lot on offense too. Don't forget about that. I think the only thing that can bring him down is the fact that he may be really threatening, and when he's in it, he is absolutely in it. But he does get hard countered by several troops. I think he struggles against Assault. He basically has a 0 to 100 matchup against Shotgunner. Like, if you're a Shotgunner, you get folded by Cluster. I don't know what to tell you. But I'm telling you, if you slip up just a little bit, Cluster just ends your career. He dominates early game on uncapped points. And just any uncapped points in general, really. When he's guarded by defenses, he's really hard to deal with too. Just a really incredible main troop right now. I'd say the second best next to Sniper, but like I said, he does get hard countered by several troops and it can be really awkward for him at times. But when he pops off, like when Cluster is at his peak, he is like a contender for best troop in the game. But I have to look at it realistically. I think that people are overrating him a little bit in the sense that people forget that he does get hard countered. But I am going to put him in S tier. He's really, really strong right now, like really strong. If he gets nerfed, I'm not going to be surprised. But I kind of think he's at his peak right now. I feel like as the game progresses, he will get worse because there will be more players and less bots, which means more hard counters for him to deal with. So I think as time goes on, he will get indirectly nerfed. Okay, next up, we got Shotgunner. I think Shotgunner is actually a troop that both before and troop cooldowns has been great. I don't think she's really changed all that much. I think pretty much she's gonna be in the same position as I had her last time, which was high A tier. So I'm gonna put her high A tier again. She is super, super fast, which is awesome. Her damage is fantastic at close range. She farms bots really hard. She's great early game, she's great mid game. She's great at kamikaze attacks. She's got good matchups. She holds so much pressure on troops. Like the moment she gets close to you, your career is just done. It's the same old stuff that I said before. She's strong. She's great. She's fantastic. I mean, yeah, high A tier I think is good. Also important to note, as I just recently said, she hard counters Cluster, and Cluster being top tier, that makes it all the better for Shotgunner. Only reason I'm not really putting her in S tier is because I don't think she is as much of a staple troop as the ones I did put in S tier, but guys, don't sleep on Shotgunner. She is really, really strong still. Okay, next up, we got Fire Bomber, and yeah, troop cooldowns made this dude into a god. You can no longer really get away with only having one win condition. You definitely need two now, because if one win condition dies, you need to go on offense again, well, you're kind of stuck, or you gotta go into a vehicle and you don't want that. Fire Bomber, just amazing range, good damage, can shoot over obstacles. He can clear out many, many defenses that other troops can't reach. And I think what makes him even better is the fact that Jetpack sucks. The premier win conditions right now are Zooka and Fire Bomber. Like, you don't need anything else. Those two troops will do everything for you. Because Zooka's got the extra damage to armor, you know, she takes out vehicles. Fire Bomber is great at taking out defenses, reaching the HQ from an even longer range. You got everything. And so, at least to me, if Zooka is S tier, Fire Bomber is also S tier. Now this is something that I've been thinking about more though. Do I put Fire Bomber higher or lower than Sniper? I will put him above Cluster. I definitely think Fire Bomber is top 3 because, again, I can't imagine not having Fire Bomber in my deck. I can go without Sniper. I cannot go without Fire Bomber. I'm sorry, okay? I'm doing it. Fire Bomber's top 2. I know, you're mad at me. You can get mad, it's okay. Fire Bomber and Zooka are just too good right now. I know Fire Bomber got nerfed. I don't think it changes his viability in any way. But do you know what really changed their viability? Mr. Jetpack over here. Oh my goodness, how the mighty have fallen, man. Troop cooldowns, what some people thought was a minor change, which is actually a major change that flipped the meta upside down when it came out. Jetpack, I think, was the troop that got massacred by it the absolute hardest, because back in March when there were no troop cooldowns and Boom Bundle was really broken, Jetpack was, in my opinion, a top 3 troop and the best win condition in the game, just by a little bit. Zooka was also amazing, but Jetpack just had the ability to constantly be cycled and have just so much pressure. Like, it was super fast, you could get to anywhere you need to. If you need to drop a power up, if you need to build a defense, like, he can do everything. And when it comes to his kamikazing abilities, it just gets so overwhelming to deal with, man. But now, troop cooldowns. Now that you can't use the same troop 2 times in a row, yeah, Jetpack kind of sucks. Yeah, he kind of sucks. I mean, the fact that he's an epic immediately means he has really lost much of his strengths. You can't cycle him anymore. His health is low, so when you go with him and you die, it feels like you just wasted a slot in your troop deck. Whereas back then, if you die early, it's fine. You just go him again and you keep going until you have the opportunity to deal a bunch of damage. But now you have to be more careful about that. And Zooka and Firebomber are just light years ahead of Jetpack right now. Yeah, I mean, short range, damage is just all right. But the biggest problem is the fact that he just holds way too little pressure now compared to what he could do back then, where you could just keep cycling over and over and over. But I will say, sometimes he can be good. I mean, he is still a win condition at the end of the day. I was thinking about D tier, but I don't really think he is that bad. I think you're still crazy to use him over Zooka and Firebomber though. He does do extra damage to armor, and he can still win you games. I just don't know why you would want to pick him over the other two. They're just way better. But I mean, yeah, I don't want to keep repeating words. I'm gonna put him in C tier, probably right here. Okay, Warrior. Warrior. This is a fun one to talk about. So if you guys haven't watched the Warrior video that I did with Tropical and Eric, watch it. It's a banger. A lot of people have been watching it and enjoying it. I had a lot of fun recording that video too. Triple Warrior. Oh man, I just want to go on Boom Beach Frontlines and play some Triple Warrior right now. Like, it's so much fun. If we're talking about like best off meta strategies, I think Triple Warrior is way up there, dude, because yeah, it catches so many people off guard. Triple Warrior just holds insane amounts of pressure, and if you have a 4x4, it's even better. Him being able to like self-sustain himself and also get increased speed. When you triple him up, many matchups just become irrelevant. You can triumph over it almost no matter what if all goes well. Warrior pairs up with many power-ups, heal, battle boost, grunts he gets a lot of value out of too. I just don't think that on his own he is very strong. His niche is tripling him up. If you do not triple him up, you will notice that Warrior is very lackluster because his pressure is 3 times worse. With him doing splash damage, I think this goes for many splash damaging troops, adding more makes it more threatening, because sometimes the splash is just not threatening once, but if you multiply it by 3, hits way harder. The buffs that he received definitely helped him get better, and definitely I think Triple Warrior is viable right now as a fun off-meta pick. Yeah, I think I'm comfortable to put this guy in B tier. I'm gonna put him lower than Medic though. I don't want to over-exaggerate too hard. He still has many flaws, but he can be decent as kind of a mixture of a main troop and kind of a win condition. He's interesting for sure. Well, we made it. Ladies and gentlemen, we have made it. If you're watching this video, you are one of two people. You either are watching this video because you want to improve at the game, you want to learn about the meta and all that, and just how a top player feels about all the troops in the game. If you are not that, then you are probably a top player or just a really active player, and you're watching this video because you want to hear what I have to say about this girl right here. So if you don't know me very well, I play booster to a ridiculous amount. As a matter of fact, I would probably consider myself the #1 booster player in the game. I am the only booster player that has more than 7,000 medals. This troop has become my trademark. I've been playing this troop for like, I want to say 6-7 months now. I have not given her up compared to many other people who have. She just has so many tricks up her sleeve that people don't know how to utilize. Shout out to the people who have faith in Booster, because I still do, guys. But I need to talk about her in the most unbiased way possible. When I talked about her in my March tier list video, I put her as the #1 best troop in the game. Do I still feel that way? If I'm gonna be honest, no, I don't. But it's not because I think she's gotten any worse. I actually think she got better than before. I just ranked her way too high during that video. And I think I ranked her so high because during March, I want to say that month was the best month I've ever had playing Boom Beach Frontlines. Like, I never tilted during March. I remember this. When I was running Assault, Support, Triple win conditions, I almost never lost. I was struggling to go from 5,000 to 5,200 for like a really long time, for many weeks. And then all of a sudden, when I started playing Booster, for some reason, I went from like 5,200 to 5,700 in no time. It was crazy. But I think it was just because I found the troop that I connected with the most, and not that she's the best troop in the game. However, if this troop is left alone, I think she's going to own the meta in the future with 9-player squads. It's a bold take. It is probably my most outrageous take ever, but I feel like a lot of people are blind to her potential. But that's for another video. I can talk about that another time, man. Let's talk about Booster right now. I think Booster is still the best support troop in the game, but I'm not going to put her in S tier. I'm going to put her in A tier. Where am I going to put her in A tier? I actually am going to put her at the bottom. I can't see her being better. Like, I don't want to tell people that she's better because I don't want to be too biased. I have to be honest here, and I don't want to make people believe that Booster is that good when it's really just me that's playing her to that extent. But what I will say is that she makes bots way more threatening. She can make certain troops deal way more than you would expect. She can make matchups take a complete 180 turn. And she has a lot of other tricks up her sleeve. She can boost defenses. She can boost the Giga Critter in gigabytes. She can boost repair lasers. She can boost baby tanks. She can boost the base buster. She can do a lot of things, a lot of tricks. And I've got this troop down to a T, okay? I mean, I know everything there is to boost her at this point. She's really, really good if you know what you're doing. But the same way as support troops have been coming into an awkward position like medic, it's the same for Booster. You do not need her. And I think many of the main troops like assault, shotgun, cluster, sniper, they would prefer over having Booster. But that isn't to say that I think Booster has gotten worse. I think she's really, really good still, and I'm going to make sure I do whatever it takes for people to understand that she's good. She recently got a munition gain buff, and I've been testing it out. It is noticeable. I just noticed that I have to do a lot of less flicking to get the most out of it. If you don't know what that is, I'll explain that another day if I make a Booster guide. But yeah, she's good. She's good, okay? She's good. I don't want to talk about her too much, but she's good. She is good in early game. She's good in mid game. She can be clutch in late game, not always, but she can be. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to talk too much, dude. This troop, like, I have so much pressure on me to talk about this troop. Then, yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I do know. She's A tier. Okay, she's A tier. But please, only play her in a squad. Play her with the right people. Play her with the right troops. I think she's great with Shotgunner. I think she has become really good with Cluster. Just many close range troops. I think with Sniper, it's a bit awkward because she doesn't need the movement speed buff. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm done. Just move on to the next. I'll talk about Booster in another video. At some point, I will. And I'll play her too. Because somehow I haven't released a video of me playing Booster yet. Well, I have. If you watch this video, then you know I have. But, anyways, Commando. Bro, oh man, I need to like make sure I'm still breathing. I need a drink of water. Booster's hard to talk about, bro. She's hard because so few people play her, and it's like any comments on viability about Booster, all eyes are on me for this because there are like almost no GMs that play Booster, let alone someone who's higher than 7,000 medals. So anyways, let's just talk about Commando, man. Okay, so I have actually gotten some people who have talked to me about Commando because with him getting an accuracy buff in the latest round of balance changes, people think that he is better than Assault, and I kind of want to talk about this. I think Commando is actually really good. If you look at his stats, he is noticeably really strong. In fact, in many areas like damage, health, he is better than Assault. I think even accuracy and like faster attack as well. He's better than Assault at many things. But this comes at the cost of him being one of the members of the ultimate curse that is the epic rarity. How do I feel about Commando, man? Well, I'm just gonna say it. I think Assault is better. And apparently that's a hot take. I think Assault is really overhated. Because he does everything you need in a common troop. And I get it, you know, if you want to run Commando because you already have a common like Cluster, that makes perfect sense. You don't need Cluster and Assault in the same deck. But with Commando, I mean, I think there are some things that bring him down that people are ignoring. I think the grenade is cool at times and it can be helpful, but I would not prefer it over just having a full bar of attack, especially because there's a pause between the grenade and the attack. Also with the fact that he has a faster attack speed, or like his ammo bar goes down faster. That means he has to reload more, and every time he reloads he has to use the grenade, which means there's another pause. So the DPS is a bit too overhyped with Commando, if you know what I mean. And I think also being a main troop and having to defend, I think the grenade actually doesn't help that much with dealing with Zookas and firebombers, especially not jetpacks either. Again, I would rather assault for that too. And yes, statistically on paper, he is better. He is also an epic. I think nearly every troop that is epic is not allowed to be higher than B tier. And I was going to put him in B tier, but you know what? I'll be generous. I will be generous. I think he is better than Warrior and Medic, so I'm going to put him in A tier, but I'm going to put him lower than Booster. I mean, I gotta have the bias somewhere, right? I mean, this is my tier list. I make the rules here, bro. Man. I mean, people are gonna get mad no matter what. No matter what I do, people are gonna get mad. So I'll say this, like, the most simple way I can say it is Assault is better at being a common than Commando is at being an epic. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. But they're both A tier, so let's just leave it at that. Okay, so we've got Cryoneer next. I think this troop is interesting. She can be devastating, and although I have barely ever used her, I know people who do. I don't think she is a mandatory troop to have, and this is also the final support troop I will be talking about here. So she has the abilities to slow things down to a tremendous amount. And I think for this reason, when she's in a squad, she can make certain matchups have a night to day difference. Like, for example, Shotgunner completely shuts down Shotgunner. Also, I've noticed on defense, actually in late game, she can be really clutch. I've heard about this. If you pick her on defense, you notice that a vehicle is coming into attack. If you go in with Cryoneer, and this is even better in boom cannon games, you can attack that thing, and once you're in, you're not coming back out, bro. The moment you are slowed down, you are just going to get like disintegrated by the defenses that are there. It is just really hard to escape from Cryoneer on defense. While her DPS is really, really low, she can be an interesting niche pick, a different kind of way to defend certain things. I think she is better against vehicles than Sniper is because she can kind of synergize with the defenses you have to get the most out of it, the most out of what you have on defense. Does that make sense? But I don't think that she is like a staple to have on your team. She can definitely pull some crazy things. And for that reason, I think I'm going to put her in B tier. I'm going to put her at the bottom of B tier. I definitely would like to see some buffs her. I definitely want to see her get better in the future. But like I said, supports, they should hopefully improve as things go on. So I guess we'll see. All right. Laser Ranger. So Laser Ranger, a troop that many new players keep asking me about. If there's a troop that she can test with the most, it's Sniper. She definitely tries to do what Sniper does, just in a different way, in a more unique way, in a way that tries to get more value by getting her attack to layer onto other troops in a straight line. However, I'm just gonna say it, she's way worse than Sniper. For some reason, her laser is a complete lie and doesn't pierce through cover, which definitely needs to change. And I also think her reload is really long. While her ability to line up and hit multiple enemies at once, it's not the most needed. I would still rather go Sniper because her DPS is just better. And I feel like a good buff for her would be to let her just move around with the same movement speed while she's shooting down, because then it'd be easier to line up her shots. I think her being a main troop on defense, trying to kind of do the same thing that Sniper does. Unfortunately, she's not a good competitor. Sniper is just way better. And I mean, I've said it already, I'm gonna say it again, she's an epic. She's an epic. I mean, what else, bro? She's an epic, okay? She's an epic. I think I'm gonna have to go for C tier here. I just don't think that she has much that makes her stand out and can make her a good option at certain times. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put her at the top of C tier because I think now that I have her at a slightly higher level, I can definitely see her, like, she can put in work. I'm not gonna lie, she can put in work. But would I want to pick her over Sniper or really many of the other main troops in the game? No. And finally, Ice Guard, which actually I'm not gonna talk about Ice Guard. I'm actually just not gonna rank her. Just gonna add a row below here. I'm just gonna put her down here and title this one Unranked. Unranked. Reason for this, well, no one has this troop really, and the people who do have this troop don't really have her high level or really even play her. I don't know what to say about Ice Guard. I just don't have an informed opinion on it. Next time I do a tier list, because apparently I'm the tier list guy now, I will have a good opinion on Ice Guard, hopefully. Just gonna keep her on rank this time, but next time I will rank her. All right, well, there we go, man. That is the tier list. That is every troop ranked by me. Well, yeah, that ends it off. So as you can see, we've got Zooka, best troop in the game. I wanted to say it early on, but I know a lot of people are going to be like, what's he going to say about Booster? What's best troop in the game again? Yeah, I know. You know what? I'm pretty happy with this because I think that the meta right now is pretty good. It's very balanced. I think... Oh my god, my camera cut out. Anyways, yeah, that's all I have for today. Thank you for watching. Don't make fun of me for my opinions, okay? This is just my opinions. Don't get mad. It's Boom Beach Frontlines. Okay, goodbye.